Actually, I met yesterday at length with David, and we had a long conversation about his philosophies and ideology, and he certainly views Pete as a core part of their team. And we just kind of let him know that when it comes to the polar bear, we're not in contract hibernation.
What is Pete's disposition toward contract talks right now, a year from this would be free agency?
We're opening to listening. Pete's just told me, directed me, just listen to what they have to say, and we'll go from there.
And what did you learn about David, his philosophies, as you said during that conversation?
Well, I think certainly working in a New York environment is very different for David than working in a Milwaukee environment. And I think that he is really, much like all of us who work for people, he's grasped the concept of his ownership. He's certainly communicated those to us, let us know what they are. And as far as his philosophies and what he told us internally, we had a really good understanding of that and exchanged a lot of dialogue and opinions. And as to the specifics of that, I'll obviously keep that confidential.
What kind of value do you place on the fact that he's shown he can do it in New York already?
Well, I think the thing about Pete that everybody knows about is extraordinary power. But the thing about Pete is his durability. You look at the number of players that can post and do what he does. And the other thing is his commitment to defensive improvement, where now he's become a rise as defense where he's at league average and getting better and better every year at that spot. So, the idea of who he is and the value of him, and now the veteranism of him brings that there's going to be an inclusion of younger players into this roster, that he adds more value in his leadership. But being a Met, playing a Met, doing well as a Met ever since inception, Pete's posted, played every day, and done that. And sometimes in this industry, durability, we take it for granted, but it's very, very hard to do for these players.
You have a lot of clients that fit the Mets' specific needs this offseason. Do you believe Steve Cohen when he said he was going to dial it back a little this winter based on what he did the year before?
Well, when you have the bigger jet and you say you're going slower, you're still going faster. That's about what I would say about the Mets. I think their idea and their vision is long-term, no doubt. I think they see advantages in this market and next year's market that the Mets have a lot of work to do. They inherited a team that had a very limited minor league depth, and therefore they have to do some very unique things in free agency to ramp up and particularly to be competitive with the National League East.